This is a teardown of a Dish Hopper, and I don't know if there's a model number on this somewhere. It is just Hopper. Okay. Install this device in the back of your Hopper in the upper USB only. Weird little magnetic dongle thingy. Part number 218643. I do not know if that's worth money, so I'm probably not going to tear that down, unfortunately. Maybe I'll do that in its own video. But I am going to tear this down because last I recall, it wasn't worth selling. So it looks like those 3 screws give me the top cover loose. There's a hard drive. Wow, 2 terabytes. That's gotta be one of the bigger ones I've found. So if you don't mind a drive with really high hours, it'd almost be worth buying one of these for the drive. Oh, it was a locking. Oh well. Fun little 6-pin jumper there. Assuming this matches computer color schemes, I believe that's 5 volts and 12 volts going to the board. Whether or not I actually get the board out is going to be a fun question. Because I do not have a easy way to remove those nuts. So I might use the channel locks, we'll see. This has not been plugged in for a while, so it's probably not holding a charge, but I'll try not to touch anything naughty. Let's do a quick look here. Is there branding on here? Nope, no branding. RV1. So sort of like spark gap thing, maybe? Looks weird. Giant filter cap from the inputs. Full ridge rectifier. Not sure what this transformer is doing. If it is even a transformer. The windings look pretty similar. And then isolation gap here from the AC input side to the DC output side. Got a big old transistor there. I think. I don't know. It doesn't look like a logo for a transistor. I'm trying to think. So where's... Huh. Oh. There's the other one. It's like, how are we getting voltages? That one is not legible though. The lettering is really hard to read. See if I can get to focus on it maybe. It's probably the best I'm gonna get for those wondering. But anywho. Fan here. Oh, those rubber mounts are really hard. I don't know if I'm gonna get those out. See how old this hard drive is. Used to finding like sad 500 gigabyte drives in these things. So this thing must have been pretty fancy. Having 2 terabytes. Oof. I don't even know how much storage it takes to store video on these. Or like how big the files are, that is. Date code 2019, so it's only 7 years old. Dusty. This drive is probably rated for fairly high runtime though, considering what it's made for. Little magnet retained there for the front to lock it into place. It's got a nice touch. Let's get the front plastics off here. A lot more boardage than I was expecting. Got a board here for all the front buttons. It is nice that there's a way to control this if you don't have a remote. There's one bummer about some of these newer things that people make where you don't have the remote, you can't use it. Bunch of switches, IR receivers, some LEDs. Not sure what the resistor is for, or the capacitor, or whatever the transistor's up to there. Nope. Screwing action here. Not sure what the purpose of that is, other than to ground it out to the case. There might be an antenna on this board, I'm wondering. Yeah. Shielding there. Oh yeah, there's an antenna. That's definitely an antenna right there. Let's see if we can get that can off. This screwdriver's a little too big for the job. Get something a little bit thinner here so I can actually get under the can. Doesn't appear to be soldered down. Yeah. Unfortunately, not going to find out what this is though, because it's really tiny. And I don't think that's going to show up well on camera. It's Broadcom. BCM part number. Definitely Broadcom. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Because there's that other module that went on the back. Although maybe that's not for wireless. Maybe it's for something else. Decryption maybe. Wow, look at how tricky that is for the control pad. That's pretty cool. Oh no, I lost the screwdriver. So, we're going to see about getting this board out. Normally, if I was at the scrap bench, I would just violently rip it out. But I have gloves on, and let's see what's on this board. Use my channel locks to remove. Not even bad. Sometimes these nuts are really annoying to remove. Oh, antenna for the remote control. That's weird. Unless that means something else for the remote. I have never had cable or satellite TV, so I wouldn't know what that's like. So, man, that is huge. I assume that's where the satellite dish plugs in. A massive can though. Gotta untwist. More Broadcom stuff in there. I'm gonna pop this heatsink real quick. I'll do it the safe way and cut the pins rather than let them go flying. I just stick a flathead screwdriver under there and crank it off. Yeah, nothing special. Oh, I'm just gonna wipe off that thermal compound, hopefully. So this is all Broadcom based. Yeah, it's not gonna be readable. Huh. I don't know what that is on there. The thermal compound is just really tough. I guess I can always give it the kerosene treatment. Sit that off to the side. I don't know why, but kerosene is a fantastic solvent for removing hardened thermal paste. I got a lot of it. Let's see how that did. Yeah, that looks good. I think that'll show up on camera. There's the brains of the operation. That Broadcom chip there. BCM 7420 YKF NBA 47G. We got some Micron memory there. And some Broadcom chips inside of the receiver. So these appear to be the same, but in opposite directions. Got some Holland Electronics things. DMD3 mod and DT3 mod. Don't know if those have something to do with like amplification or modulation circuits for the dish. But it looks very RF looking, so some RF wizardry going on in there. But yeah, oh, that's cool. I never noticed that. So there's a little micro switch there of sorts. So when you install the smart card, that's what I'm gonna call it. I think on the laptops these would be smart cards, and this would be a smart card reader. But when you push it in, it's normally closed, and you open the circuit, and that's how it knows the card's installed. Interesting. I never noticed that before in one of these card readers. Bluetooth. Okay, so that front board with the Broadcom chip in it and the little antenna, that's Bluetooth. Interesting. Oh, I missed the Spansion branded storage chip. My Broadcom chip here. I don't know if that's for the networking or the HDMI. It's probably for the networking. And then otherwise on the bottom of the board, not much to see. A few passives. Maybe a BIOS chip there on the bottom. See if we can make that readable. I think it's upside down. I can't tell. I don't know. There's two of them. So maybe not BIOS. I don't know. But I think that's all there is to see. So hopefully that was interesting, and thanks for watching.